Today I messed up by trying to raise money to help fight kids with cancer. This didn't happen today. This happened around 13 years ago. Back in high school, I ended up getting my first job at a fast food burger restaurant as a cashier/drive-thru person. There are a whole lot of messed up things I can tell you about working fast food, but this is the story that I remember most vividly since it directly happened to me. It was a Saturday during the summer. My store, which has sadly closed down since then, was on a highway leading to and from a popular beach in the area. We were the first fast food restaurant that people encountered on the drive home from the beach, so we naturally did a lot of business during the summer. On this particular day, I was put on drive-thru. When you work drive-thru, you have to wear a headset to communicate with vehicles trying to order food, make sure the food is prepared, bag all of the food, complete the transaction of cash and fast food, and try to get the vehicle to leave as fast as possible in order to complete everything under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Naturally, things can get pretty busy and hectic, but I had been working drive-thru for a couple months now at this point that I could pretty much do everything on autopilot without thinking too hard. At this period in time, the store franchise was working with the Jimmy Fund and was accepting $1 donations to this charity. After taking every single order, we had to say the following phrase: "Would you like to donate $1 to help kids fight cancer?" Pretty simple, right? On this particular day, a fellow coworker was stationed on drive-thru with me and my manager also had a headset on to assist when necessary. It was around 4 p.m. and I was about 4 hours into shift and my autopilot was in full gear. I was barely paying attention to the words I was saying since the job can get mind-numbingly boring by this point. The next vehicle comes up and gives me their order. As per usual, I deliver the Jimmy Fund question, but for one reason or another, it came out as, "Would you like to donate $1 to help fight kids with cancer?" It's funny how a simple switch of 2 words in a sentence can drastically alter the meaning of that. I didn't realize what I said and neither did the customer, or did he? As he happily donated $1. As the vehicle pulls up to the window, I turn to my right to see my coworker by the fry station and my manager at the front cashier staring at me with their mouth agape. They heard everything. Blissfully unaware that I just raised money for the brand new cause of fighting kids with cancer, I let out a sheepish "What's wrong?" They explained what I said. I was embarrassed to say the least, but luckily, people don't take things too seriously in the fast food business, so after I explained that my high school brain just kind of pooped itself, we laughed about my blunder and just continued on with the day. After this little incident, I definitely watch my words a bit more closely now. Too long. Didn't read. Worked fast food and needed to raise money for charity. Asked a customer to support the cause of fighting kids with cancer and got looks of horror from my coworker and manager. Today I messed up by getting an ancestry DNA test done. So I have read many fuck-ups and horror stories from people who have done these mail-in DNA tests and have made shocking discoveries about their family. But I never thought in 100 years it would happen to me. I recently had an ancestry DNA test done because my boyfriend had gotten them for himself and me as a gift. Well, I finally got the results back, and I had a number of close matches with people I had never heard of and don't know. I mean like super close, like we share a huge amount of DNA. So today I get a message from one of them saying hi and asking if my parents ever used a sperm donor. I'm like, not that I know of? She then goes on to say she has 8 half-siblings, now 9 with me, and that they all share the same biological father from a sperm donor. She says she's not sure how I would approach my parents about this or if I even want to, and also mentions that all of these individuals' families are from the same area in my state and they even have a group chat where they all talk to each other often. She says they are all super great people. So I am just utterly confused at this point and my mind is completely blowing up at the idea that my father, who I have known my whole life as my dad and biological parent, is not my actual father. I then proceeded to text my parents in a group with a screenshot of that person's message from Ancestry DNA and I'm like, is there something you guys would like to tell me? So after about 15 minutes my mom calls me and at first she's like, wait, what was that message and who sent it? Like she's acting all confused. But then after I explain she just sighs and is like, are you sitting down? I'm like, what the fuck? Well, long story short, when my parents were first trying for a kid they couldn't get pregnant because my dad had some kind of medical issue. They tried all kinds of fertility treatments but none would work. After they learned what was wrong with my dad, he got surgery, but at the same time they were also using a sperm donor in an attempt to conceive. My mom said when they were having these donor treatments or whatever they would be intimate, gross, I don't want to think about it, at the same time, so they wouldn't know if the conceived whether it would be from my dad or the sperm donor. And, apparently, they didn't want to know. Well, the surgery, my dad has corrected his issue and they were able to naturally have kids after, so my 2 younger brothers are definitely my dad's. But yep, my mom said her and my dad always knew there was a chance, but they never wanted to know, and now both they and I know I am a sperm donor child. This definitely doesn't change anything about how I feel about my parents or my dad or our relationship, but it's certainly a massive shock. I never thought I would be in one of these situations. So there you have it, folks, that's how my day is going. But I guess I will continue to talk to the woman who is my half-sibling, and I'm even thinking about joining this group chat to get to know my, as far as I know right now, 8 other half-siblings. My head is still spinning and I have even cried a little, but I think it is still going to take a while to come to terms with this newfound discovery. Too long. Didn't read. Had an ancestry DNA test done, found out my dad is not my real father and I am the child of a sperm donor.